What is up, everyone? Back at it again with another jungle Rek'sai video of the queen, and I'm going to teach you how to play the queen and climb like you've never climbed before. Rek'sai jungle, one of the best junglers, if not the best jungler right now. I feel like a lot of people struggle with her, so I'm going to try to be in detail about how you can carry and play her like the very best. For starters, matchups important. Gwen versus Fiora, Rek'Sai versus Skarner, Katarina versus Annie, Kog'Maw, Lux versus Lucian, Braum. And for me, what I think about when I look at matchups is Gwen and Fiora, these are volatile matchups. Ignite means I can always have kill potential. On the top side, they always want to all in. Mid matchup is very volatile. Katarina wants to all in. They get Annie, so I always want to kind of play around that. Cog Lux versus Braum Lucian. It's hard for me to gank ball because my balling doesn't really set me up that well. It's more of they're just going to kind of play and Lucian and Braum wants to all in. For paths, always start red buff, do red Krugs Raptors, and get level 3. And from level 3, we look at the map to think about what we want to do. And jungle matchups, Skarner, I don't touch on jungle matchups all that much, but all you need to think about for jungle matchups is this guy a cheeser? Is he a full clear jungler, or is he going to be like really something I have to think about? And you know, Skarner is a weird jungler. He's a tank sort of full clear jungler. He's actually quite strong now after some of the buffs he got, but it's not that important for me to worry about him, right? It's more important for you to focus on the lane matchups, because jungle, you could play the entire game without interacting with other junglers, so you don't want to over focus on the matchup. Just be sure you know if this guy can cheese you. Think about where he could start. It didn't really look like ball lane leash. Maybe they did. So if ball lane leashes, then we can kind of have a good idea of where they're starting. So Annie wards me, right? So this is, you know, it's good for Annie. She gets vision, right? But it doesn't necessarily give her, you know, perfect vision, right? She knows I am on Raptors, right? This ward shows that. But now she has no wards here, right? So I could easily gank there. She doesn't have 2 trinkets. She has 1 trinket. So now I have this kind of like full window where I could just walk in and just go for a gank here, because she revealed that she warded me to see on Raptors. And now she knows no idea that I'm here. But I want her to use the stun, right? So I want her to get the stun baited, and then we go in. So here I'm going to eventually flash on her, and I'm just going to keep kiting as much as possible here. And we're just going to push the wave in afterwards. I could have saved my flash a bit longer there, but it's okay. Not a bad kill indeed. I could have played that gank a bit better, but you know, we're happy we got the kill. And now we're just going to walk in and see what kind of camp Skarner has up. Always walk in, hit the plants, because this plant will tell you, oh, Skarner is full clearing top. You know, this information is really important. I just gathered this information for free, and I can sonar track him to see, okay, he's coming for crab, but I have smite, so I can one-shot this crab. So it's not actually that big of a deal for me, so I can just stack it up. And with Rek'Sai, you can just one-shot crabs very easily. So this guy is sort of lost, but I'm still kind of tracking him. And because my Gwen has Ignite, this is actually really good. We should have fought there, but it's okay. Because my Gwen has Ignite, I'm pretty happy with that being a fight, right? So I just pretty much ganked, got mid pressure. But more importantly, you know, I prevented Skarner from having plays, right? I took the crab so he has no crab. I tracked him all the way into the counter gank. Potentially, Gwen could have evaded that. And I just kind of played really well around that. So next patch, grubs are going to be nerfed, where they spawn a bit later. So you're not going to be able to be ready for grubs that early. So you have to think about that a bit more. Top ended up dying, but like, sometimes even if you save them, they will still eventually die, right? There's not much you can do about that. You just have to kind of accept things for what they are. Here I'm going to base because, well, we have our base timer. 1200, 1100. These are like our best base timers. I don't do wolves because I'm being fast. I want to be ready for void grubs. What I do is I buy one of these components. This game, I might just go into the Tiamat. But you guys can go into Tiamat, or you can go into like the triple sword like this one. I like triple sword because, you know, 10 attack damage feels better than the Tiamat sometimes. But if I'm doing void grubs, then sometimes they just rush to Tiamat. It's really up to you on what you want to do. Whether you have Tiamat or not, the void grubs are going to instantly die. So here, I could have been faster on it, but what I know is Skarner started bot side, right? I know this information because he showed up and his Krugs were the last camp he killed. So that tells me exactly what happened. So what I want to do is I just want to stack the void grubs, and I feel confident that I can at least one-shot one. If Skarner decides he wants to come for void grubs, then I can just one-shot one, and it's okay. But here we can actually see that he is looking to do dragon. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to try to kill 2. Maybe leave the last one for Gwen, and then I'm gonna go and try to rotate. Because I want to kill Annie, and then I want to kill the bot lane. So here we're gonna go for the gank here. So what I want to go is, I want Annie to die here, so we're gonna go on here. We should be able to kill. We gotta watch out for the bear though, so we're gonna have to take the scuttle thing. I'm gonna try to one-shot the bear here. If I could last hit there, it's ideal. I'm gonna get the cannon. I'm gonna get level 5. I'm not able to stop, you know, the dragon or whatever. But you know what? Like, a kill's a kill. We'll take that. Katarina is... She's playing towards the noble cause. So here I'm gonna just go back to farming. And, you know, I was already able to get 2. You know, Gwen was actually able to get the last one for me. So that turns into 3 void grubs. So that's really good. But in future patches, you're not gonna have that option of, like, you know, doing dragon to do void grubs. It's gonna be, dragon's gonna be up early. So you could potentially just fight around dragon, or just, you know, not miss out on that trade. So here I decide, okay, is balling a gank? No, I'm just gonna do Krugs. I have a lot of money. I kind of like the idea of just farming red, resetting, and then being really strong, because I've gotten a couple kills. I've gotten a lot of money, right? Farm wise, I'm doing quite well. I'm feeling pretty good about the game, and once I get 6, my flash is gonna be up, and that's what I really like about Rek'sai, is it's the timing on doing that early gank. It syncs up really well with your flash coming right back up with your ulti timer. And that pretty much guarantees you a kill. So here we go into Stridebreaker. Is just the build I really like. Stridebreaker, Clips, and Phages are second component. If you can ever fit in a dagger, it's really nice too. And just get the components whichever direction you want to go. Here, really important. You know I'm close to 6, but I'm not 6. This is actually very vulnerable for me. I really need to get 6. I need to know what's happening topside. Skarner ganks while he's level 5. You might get 6 off that, but I don't think it's a big deal for me. So what I'm going to do is actually keep helping. I'm going to be the flanker on this gank. So I'm going to go bot side. And I'm going to make sure I can help Katarina. I think he will die here. So this is good for me. I don't mind if he pulls me, because I can just knock him up after. And it's really good. Really good gank by Katarina. I was there as sort of like the backup, right? The bodyguard. The extra in the movie. Whether she didn't kill or not, but I actually participated. We got the Skarner kill. You want to kind of join into those fights, those scraps, just because, you know, in a different situation, Fiora is more healthy. They could run down, and that's why I was kind of going this way, because I wanted to be able to cut them off in that direction. So here what's happening is what I think is going to happen. I think Skarner might come top size. I'm going to ward his red right now. I'm going to check his raptors. His raptors are not up. Okay. He might go bot side then if his top side is already clear. So we're going to check one more time. Okay, he's not here. He's most likely on bot side then. I just don't like starting the buff, but I think Skarner died and he could instantly come here. A very common thing is actually when you die, you get the home guards pretty much. So you go really fast. They can easily take this plant and be right here. So you just have to think about that. Here I think I could probably kill Fiora fast. Using this wall angle with maybe a Gwen all in. Let's see, Gwen aura cooldown. It's quite long. Here I just need Fiora to dash in. So we should just go in here. I can easily bait out her counter strike. Here I'm going to re-burrow and just get the knock up. I kind of almost messed that up. But I think we should be able to kill here. Actually, what the hell? Okay, she flashed. Did she just get like 150 vitals or what? Like what's going on there? Her W's up. I mean, Gwen should have just backed up if she could. I thought she was able to get that window, but that's Fiora flash as well. I'm gonna heal up. Grump should heal me really healthy. And I think Gwen with R can actually fight here. So I'm gonna go in here. Again, I'm here for the counter gang. Now we're gonna be able to get the Skarner kill, get him, knock up, combo, E when it's red. Very beautiful counter gang. Skarner, you know, I think the Boulder is just not a very strong champion in this meta. And I like to dominate Skarner like he's like my little pet scorpion. I played the Fiora gank not so well. I tried to W to knock up. Instead, I should have timed my knock up with the... You can bait Fiora W really easily. You just have to right click her after. You just have to make sure you don't accidentally click her while she's in W animation, because, well, you're going to get stunned, and that's just guarantees that the gank is not going to go well. But like I said, top lane is a volatile matchup. So this is like... I'm not saying you need to play like hug, like super camp top. Like I could easily change up my game plan now and just focus boss side completely, which I probably will. But I'm just saying anytime you decide, like if you want kills, you can just go top side and kill and just get a good scrap. Usually because this is like Gwen can carry potentially. She's a carry champion. Plus Fiora wants to all in every time in her lane, right? So here they probably think Inori is probably top side. The jungler's not here. So what I do is actually just kind of play around that. I actually do want to fight, so I'm just going to keep chasing. Want to go on Braum first, you know, just get his abilities if we can. Actually do think we could all in here, but sort of need some commitment, you know. I think we should play for this. Just need some vision here. See, they're on it, but they shouldn't be on it. I could also just play for kill Lucian, so I'm just gonna go for that. Rock that. Probably R afterwards. I got my knock-up off, but I don't know if Katarina's able to kill there. Damn, we actually got perfectly Skarner ultied. I needed to stun him faster. But I was hoping for a little movement from my team, a little razzle-dazzle. I was hoping to one-shot Lucian, but it didn't work out. But like I said, we always have that backup plan where we could easily just camp topside as well. It's always a free meal. Annie is actually quite strong. Katarina's... she's not strong at all. She's the opposite of strong is what I would say. We have to worry about this Annie. So here we're going to think about Annie could be potentially strong. Fiora wants to all in. She could all in, so I have to watch out for this. I think she's about to trade under tower, which is good for me because when she trades under tower like this, it's really good. So here I actually want to go on her. And just a free kill and really good timing. Why is it good? I use walls, right? Like whenever I'm ganking as Rek'sai, I'm always thinking about just the wall advantage, right? These tunnels over the walls are super, super impactful. And what I like about top, remember this one too? Top laners cannot play against Rek'sai. At any point do I say like, I want this guy not to have fun? Like I can just make this top laner not have fun, right? That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So we always play around that. Annie's killing people left and right. I'm going to be 3 levels down because Annie is a mid laner, and mid laners are superior to everyone apparently because they just get free experience. There, make sure you always want to E when it's red and they're dead. Here Annie might trade under tower, but if she doesn't, it's not good. Here I want to actually go on him, but it's actually trolling. We can actually kill here. What? I died there. I mean, this is 1,000 gold, right? You want to get the shutdowns. Even if I die in that situation, it's quite important to just, you know, take those windows. And why did I fight there, right? Like, what's important is to understand why I thought that was good to fight, even though I was getting pounded by her. And the reason why is because they did a play topside. They sent their bot laner, their AD carry and support topside, and their jungler was topside. So I just knew Annie was alone. And when you know these sort of like vulnerable champions who have shutdowns are alone, when you see these champions show opposite side, you know you have this freedom to make a good play. And that's when I always try to capitalize on shutdowns. Shutdowns are very hard because then who's worth a shutdown is doing really well, but you just have to kind of find those windows where you can capitalize on it. And that gives Katarina an item. You know, I need Katarina to be strong, right? I just need her, right? Like, we're not going to win without Katarina doing damage. So I have to kind of enable these sort of players. And here, me enabling Katarina with that shutdown gives her a good window to get that ball play off. And, you know, the chain effects, they just sort of start rolling around. Here, I could easily play for, you know, bot tower. Most likely, I will play for bot tower. I won't do anything crazy around it, but I will just kind of play around it. Here, I think she could one-shot me. But if I can bait it out, it's quite good. Why? Because, well, that's just her all-in potential. And maybe there's a window where now she can get shut down again. And here, after that play, I'm just going to base. I don't like basing, but there's not much farm going on. The game is sort of stagnated a bit. Maybe now is a window where Katarina can get a kill. Or be killed, I guess. But yeah, Gwen's going back. Everything's getting better, right? You know, these small little interactions, shutting people down. A lot of the game when you're coming back is actually just getting shut down. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. It's a hard concept for people to understand the impact that is shutdowns. Or shutdowns are huge for the game. They are the comeback mechanic. They are rewarding you for being behind. So you have to capitalize on them when you can. Sometimes it's hard, right? And that's why I'm trying to teach you the windows. Like on Rek'sai, it's easy to kill people who are like, you know, specifically... You know, this guy is specifically strong, so we should, you know, we need to kill him and stuff like that. Here, this viewer is building a really big wave. So we don't like that. We need to do something about it. But Dragon's coming up, so we have to think. How are we going to play around this? This guy not showing there might mean he's in this brush. But it looks like he's probably basing here. I don't know. I feel like we should fight the Dragon, so I'm just going to push the wave in. And see if we can get a dragon fight. I'm going to push the wave for Gwen so we can just group up so we don't have the wave pretty much on us. As long as they're not on it right now, it's good for us. We do have to fight. I would say a fighting here is good. Third dragon for free is not good, but we're already kind of late. Here, having a flank with Gwen, having two flanks is really good, so we just have to fight. Either way, I just want to make sure I get an angle where I can just go on wherever I can. So here I'm going to hit that. And I mean, I don't know where's my teammates. Bro, I don't know what was going on there. Don't know what was going on with my team there. Gwen unfortunately walks into 4 people, you know, gets just instantly one-shots. Doesn't try to do anything. But I did get my Eclipse off. That's really big. Didn't have Katarina helping me kill the Lucian, which really would have been huge. Sometimes it goes like that. Sometimes things are just weird. Sometimes your teammates just play like buffoons. But it doesn't mean it's not over. Now they have bounties again. I honestly will one-shot Fiora. I can easily kill her in side lane. That's like an advantage. What we talked about earlier is we can just kind of kill these people when they're sort of splitting or whatever. It's funny how Lux is so fed, but I've never interacted with her once. Just shows she doesn't play around jungle, which is really bad. You know, she doesn't move around, get vision, or look for plays. Just sits back and tries to R snipe. Really isn't good for her. Here, Gwen is pushing by herself. I think if I go help her, there could be more people, so I don't think it would be good to help. It's sort of like my mindset. But I think I can one-shot her now as she goes for the next wave. But now she has like support from someone. So here I'm going to wait in the brush, and what I think is maybe Fiora comes and I can just one-shot her. But I'll have to be really fast around it. She's healing so much. Now Braum will come. It's absurd healing, man. I never F up, I never surrender. I believe in hope. Here she's under tower. We can always kind of trade on her. Because she tries to trade on us with an under tower. She takes a tower shot. Here I really need this shutdown. I need it to be an isolated shutdown. But I have to somehow outplay it. Her R down maybe makes it playable. Hitting Q is important. I just have to bait her W here. And I should be able to win that. Very nicely done. Skarner's coming. I don't really want to fight him. I'm just going to take my tunnel and just leave. You could charge through if I have like 4 tunnels. One pick like that is good, but that's enough to win. I need to kill more. To potentially get like a Lucian pick here, or maybe these two when they're pushing by themselves. Very nice. I have R if he tries to flash or anything. Don't want to R solo because my R is worth a lot of money. Doing Baron is hard. I think we should fight again. I have an angle here. I have R. Damn, I could have done better there. I think Katarina might get a reset, so it's worth it. I need to instantly go on the Katarina or the Annie there. But that's like comeback waves. We don't just got a lot of scraps going. Got it before Dragon, so we could potentially have our items for Dragon. I think I need Mertrazio here. Plus, I'll probably save up for this item. So what I want to do is we want this Dragon. Like, we cannot give them Dragon Soul when you're so far behind. Annie's a problem. I need Katarina all in with me. We need our items. So what I'm going to do is spam ping the Dragon and let my team know that this is like our objective. I think eventually we're going to hard scale, but it's quite difficult. We have to play for Dragon. I need Katarina to get an item. I need my teammates to kind of finish these components, which they do. So we have that for the Dragon. So this Dragon is really important. I will probably have to flash on someone potentially, like, but enemy teams, like, you just have to think more like players are just not perfect, right? I don't think I'm going to kill this guy. So I just want to get him, you know, chunk him a bit. People are not perfect, right? You just have to understand that really well. Like, it's a very... People make a lot of mistakes when they play. Like, the enemy team will make a lot of mistakes. I need Katarina B here for Dragon. So you just have to be there and ready to go when the mistake happens. Katarina, you literally had your buy ready. Why are you still going? You just have to be ready to capitalize on their mistakes. Like here, their enemy team is split. Fiora is TP, but TP is not the same as just being there, ready to go. That's what you need to understand. TP is not the same. Fiora need to get a ward here. What I need here is to kill Fiora. We have to catch someone before the Dragon. Before they can just do it. But this is looking like it's warded. I have potentially R, but I didn't really have to use it. Now we kind of have to see Dragon. My Cog and Lux are just never looking at the fight. This could be good potentially if they don't get Dragon, but looking like they will. Annie one-shots the Katarina. A very unfortunate sequence. Good flash. And you know, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes that's just how it goes. You just can't let these guys get you down. You have to do the right thing. You have to play towards the conditions that are good for you. Sometimes your team will just be the mechanical goons. But that is how it is. That is just how it is. Just how it be sometimes. If you can get shutdowns though, shutdowns are the great comeback mechanic that you need to capitalize on. So Annie might overplay here. She might feel cocky for it, but... No. I could have played that better. I didn't combo fast enough. If I got my combo off quickly, I could have had R ready. Or my E ready at max fury. And that should have done enough. But here I'm trying to get into my Sterix. And he's much more ahead of us. Them getting Baron will probably seal the deal, unfortunately. Objective bounties are good. They are a comeback mechanic, right? So when you're behind, these small things do add up. Statistically, I think we didn't really give up all that many outers yet. So... Or inners. You could potentially get a really good fight, you know, like there's hope, right? You could just say, no, a game's impossible, like blah, blah, blah. There was always, I could have played better, 100%. And you need to have that kind of mentality. There were windows, I think I didn't play the best I could have this game. I played good around conditions, but I could have played much better. And that's like the outlook you need to have. These players on my team, buffoons, clowns, goons, right? I know that. I know they're bad. Like, but for me to kind of like focus on that, it doesn't change anything. Realistically, it doesn't change anything. Only thing you can really do is think about what's the next potential play. Going on Lucian would be good, but he needs to be on melee range. Annie shield too. Damn. Braum is a good support champion. That's actually not bad. Like I said, shutdowns would be huge. Shutdowns would be huge in that situation, but Kog'Maw's made out of paper mache. It'd just be like that. What can you do? The tide turns. The shutdown mechanics are a big part of though. I always try to capitalize on that. I always try to look for those people, try to kill them. When an enemy team has like easy to play champions like Braum and like Annie, it's really hard to always come back though because their impact is so minimal. Like it's so simple for them to do. You know, their stuff right on that kind of just to do whatever they need to. And you can just press skill like point and click abilities, and you can't really outplay it as much as you would like. But there are going to be situations where champions are just much easier for you to play against. You can always try to focus around that. Like this game, a good way like I try to come back a lot of times is I just hover a split pusher. For example, this game, like in this game, I would be like, okay, let's just go top. Let's just counter play. Let's just kill whoever tries to split here. If no one splits here, then we'll just go bot and we'll fight around whatever other spot. Now Skarner's away. So now it's a 4v5. So now we can potentially fight, right? We just could have built an advantage because Skarner's not here. So we could fight here. So that's like one kill. So we just have to keep stacking them when we can. Now Annie's stun is down, potentially. She's just a bit overtuned for me to get away from a Braum and Cat. Which Katarina didn't just dip and give me up. There are limitations. You could probably say, Inori, you know, like, could you have built different items? Not really. This build was like the best for us to come back. And honestly, this game, it might not look the best, but that's usually the ways I will kind of come back from games. This game was incredibly hard because of how like NPC my teammates were. But you know, there were things I could have done differently, and you just have to have an optimist look when you're trying to come back from games. So hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe. Good luck in the game. Good luck in the climb. I'll see you guys in the next one.